Now, as we all know, there's a lot of Star Wars projects being worked on at the same exact time by Disney, Lucasfilm, and of course we got Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, George Lucas working together as a trio that's really bringing back Star Wars Legends and exactly how that's going to coexist with the upcoming Star Wars canon material under Disney. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future Star Wars updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the kind and great support. Now, one thing that John and Dave have been very well aware of are the fan reactions based on what they have been doing with The Mandalorian Season 2, of course, in the past, and what they have done, I should say, and what they are currently doing with Mando Season 3 and 4. That's really going to heavily deliver and have a lot of fan service in there, a lot of shocking moments that's really going to stick with the fandom as well. But that brings us to actress Daisy Ridley. Now, as you all know, Daisy Ridley has been telling these new truths about Lucasfilm as a company, about Kathleen Kennedy as a producer, and her experience with the sequel trilogy films, and later went on to elaborate and actually inform fans exactly why she still has problems with Lucasfilm to this very day, and why she did have problems on set of Episode 9, and a lot of it had to do with the restructuring of the film, such as reshoots and rewrites that were actually taking place on the spot back in, the holiday season of 2018 leading into the beginning of 2019. So anyways, beyond all of this, what's really intriguing about what Daisy Ridley had to say has a lot to do with her overall thoughts on what really happened and these new truths that come to light when it comes to Lucasfilm as a whole. Now, with that being said and all, with many new Star Wars TV shows in the works by both John and Dave, they are getting ready to make some big announcements at Celebration later this year. However, it's described that behind the scenes, actress Daisy Ridley remains to have issues and problems with Lucasfilm to this day. In a recent interview, Daisy went on to elaborate what frustrated her with Lucasfilm and stated the following. Well, you see, the thing that deeply bothered me the most and why I feel that they needed better leadership is that they absolutely refused to show fans special scenes for Episode 9 that were deleted. Especially scenes that I acted in that took me months worth of training and rehearsing that just got swept from the movie. I actually found myself getting into arguments many times with Kathy and other creatives at Lucasfilm at the time on releasing my scenes that deserved to be on disc or on Disney+, and there was a meeting that we actually had in which they decided to keep those scenes locked away. Now let me just stop right here for a second. So in case you guys did not know, The Rise of Skywalker really has next to no deleted scenes on any kind of disc or on Disney+. There's really not that, much of anything. And the problem with that is this was all done by Kathleen Kennedy to hide the better material that was shot by both J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio with the help of George Lucas. A lot of scenes, believe it or not, were aided by George Lucas and really kind of guided by him on what to do and what not to do. That was before she gave George the boot by, I would say it was around January or February of 2019, right around there when he left. And that's why he did not attend the world premiere for Episode 9 in December of 2019, is because of what happened, of what really happened between himself and Kathy, of not only refusing to release these deleted scenes, but also the fact that she got rid of him off of Episode 9 permanently. Did not want him back. She did not want him involved with JJ and Chris. She didn't even want him talking to JJ and Chris. That's how bad it got. So Daisy Ridley has all of the right reasons why she would be very angry with Lucasfilm, why she would be frustrated with them, and of course, most of all, why she actually got into arguments with the creatives about locking away her scenes that really took her a lot of hard work to build up to those moments. Again, imagine you're an actor or actress, you're working out almost every single day for months, you're rehearsing, you're doing this, you're doing that, for these amazing scenes that you think so many people are going to see, only for them to just get swept, just like that. And the worst thing of all is that they don't even release on disc as a deleted scene. That's, I think, the worst thing that really could have happened, and that did. So anyways, moving on. Alright, she goes on to say things further. I had a very big problem with that, and I still have bothersome emotions with them ever since they did that because, you know, those scenes were so magical. We had shot so many other training and fight scenes that I was so proud of that honestly I thought were way better than what fans got in the final cut between myself and Adam. Believe it or not, we were supposed to have one other fight that involved us changing through different environments. And I was so mad when Kathy said, yeah, no, this is not working at all, let's move on. It was soul-crushing to me. It was my best work as an actress easily. I can say that with no ego. Now, I think what Daisy is alluding to here, I don't know if you guys remember this, we talked about this years ago, the flash fights. So basically, what they were going to have in episode 9 were these flash fights. And it was kind of sort of similar to what happens when they were fighting on Kijimi, where Ren's ship is above and she's on the surface of the planet and they're kind of switching places. But it wasn't quite like that. It was actually a moment where you were going to have Rey on Tatooine, you were going to have Kylo Ren on Mustafar, and as they clashed their sabers, they would literally actually go to the same position. So you would have Kylo and Rey fighting on Tatooine, and through Ren's perspective, both Rey and Kylo would be fighting on Mustafar. It was a very interesting way to go about doing things, and they were going to go throughout all the planets of the Skywalker saga, showing us their flash fights in different environments without them actually being there. So those flash fights got deleted. It was supposed to be like an epic montage of all your favorite environments throughout the Skywalker saga. They even had a Naboo fight that they planned that eventually got scrapped. Tons of amazing stuff, let me just say. So her talking about those scenes that change environments, without a doubt, it's alluding to what those scenes were, the flash fights. Now, the thing about Daisy Ridley is that she has a lot of bravery for really kind of just putting this out there and saying the truth to the fans, and how she really remains to have bothersome emotions, like she said, with Lucasfilm, and especially with Kathleen Kennedy. I mean, think about it this way. She still just does not seem to care about what fans think about what George Lucas is as a person when it comes to how he sees Star Wars and the philosophy of it all, and she just does not seem to respect any kind of lore or canon at that, hence why she herself said that, you know, the Acolyte and Skeleton Crew, it's all about writing on a blank canvas, moving away from the aesthetics of Star Wars, moving away from George's vision and philosophy, and just really just doing our own thing completely new. And that's why I believe that those two shows are really not going to perform well. Not only that, they're going through a lot of production issues, a lot of, setbacks, a lot of delays, and budgeting limitations now, and even marketing limitations. So it's not looking good for those two shows. I still think to this day, Skeleton Crew may get a very small delay, from maybe, let's say, for example, November of this year until the very end of December. We're gonna have to wait and see. But anyways, like I say, guys, drop a comment below, fill me in below in the comments what you guys have to say about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.